Is there any B? Keep going. Active police, active police, 10B, active police. This is 10B here.
Right here. Here, he's saying that it was,
Hearings.
the hearing was postponed.
Where's
It was
that?
not.
This is your straw ball. Which one are you looking at?
In here, let's see.
This is something else. Oh, that. Oh.
Yes,
No, this is.
Hold on.
Okay.
prefer to include those applications. There was a hearing scheduled that was postponed. It was,
This isn't him. This is something else.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
Yeah, I would say,
This
we normally don't put that in our township meeting,
Well,
that's a court matter.
Well, no, right, but it came from code, that's why I was
No.
saying.
Andrew was specific.
I thought he wrote it wrong.
No, he wasn't talking about what the chief's talking about. Andrew's talking about all the people who were affected.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was just a misunderstanding. This is all the people that had to appeal their damages or whatever.
Right.
So he's not
You
talking
all
about that
do it.
specific person.
This is one this is
Oh,
here.
okay.
That's gonna be
Does that, is
10C.
there anything else on the township report?
I hate this time of year.
I love this thing.
10C, right?
Grace
actually-
was ten.
I can actually get out and enjoy it, yeah, I'm not freezing on.
Yeah, I already gave it to you. You put it, because you had it on your copy, but it's not in here.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a lot.
You two, I think I handed it to you, I was talking to you the other day.
Dimension. I ain't got no dimension. I get confused because I got some of that stuff going on. And I got a computer on it, but Jesus, sometimes it gets an overload, so I'm out. Not really. We'll call him after the pledge. You wanna do the honors or do you want me to do it?
I'm comfortable. Let's see how this phone works, huh?
Some start button and then dial that telephone.
And 9.
No,
No,
just,
just-
they're not. And then nine.
All right. I'm going to put a 1 in front of that.
Oh, okay. No one either.
Oh, 1?
But they didn't know what you
Oh,
had
it matters.
to register them in.
It's an IP
You can
phone?
do the one
Is this
that.
an IP phone or is this a
If not,
PBX?
It's a-
If you can't, then you gotta give them back.
I would say it's an IP phone.
And I'd rather
It
not
is.
do that.
All
That
right.
breaks my
Do I get
heart.
advice?
You do. I'll put a little, I'll put a lollipop on your desk.
Thank you.
How about mine?
Oh, you got one too.
Thanks,
For
bud.
all the great service that you do.
Thanks,
Thank
bud.
you.
Appreciate it.
Lollipops are.
This
That would-
time,
That would mean I'd actually go to a store.
a blow pop?
Yeah.
This way we've come too. you know?
Yeah.
I wanted a Tootsie Pop. What do you?
Well, that too.
Is that your favorite? You don't like the blow pop? You're a Tootsie Pop girl?
I mean, let's do the thing to get to the center.
And we're gonna be
I
doing
was waiting
lollipops.
for that one to come up.
How many years ago was that commercial?
Oh.
Actually, I like when they have a scorpion. You ever see those?
I have seen those.
Yes, I want for mine with a scorpion.
All right, let's not get too extravagant. You know, I have no exotic. My daughter already has the Amazon people coming to the house and hasn't been there in months. She's off the boat for a week, and the Amazon trucks every day.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
I wish you would type that right. It's not the chief's preference. That's the chief of police meeting.
Listen, I ain't saying nothing. I'm done washing. Is the handout?
are you the roadmaster here?
Yeah, I'm that too.
Oh, are you really? Oh,
Yes, sir, master, building maintenance, ground maintenance, cleaning guy.
Use everything.
Toilet floor.
So you're on the payroll?
Yeah,
Oh.
mechanic, and road master.
Wow. And chairman.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you
Yeah.
approve
You're
your
signing raise, right?
A raise. That's funny right there. She said a raise. She said I deserve a raise. Let's take a look at that budget there. See there.
You know, I'll say, you deserve a raise.
I ain't gonna get
Yeah, exactly. Those are two different things, right? You deserve a raise.
That's exactly how it is. Oh, boy. Oh, do you have 6
I'm
o'clock?
ready.
Right, we stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have roll call.
I think we're gonna down the code.
Yes. Yeah. I gave you one job.
You're just so, yeah, I'm too old. That's it.
Secretary,
There you
too.
go.
Can you add that to the thing?
Oh, okay.
He's in a new seat. It's disorienting.
What is the secretary's name? Your name? For-
Wendy
What's your last name?
Peck, P-E-C-K.
Thank you.
Hey boss, how are you?
Alright, how are you?
Very well. All right, you're in the room.
Hey, Bobby, we're getting ready to do the roll call here, and we're gonna start out with the zoning amendment hearing, first. So, we're gonna do roll call?
Mr. Barlow,
Here.
Mr. Keiholt,
Here.
Mr. Hill,
Here. Okay. So the reason for our zoning hearing is we're gonna make some amendments to the zoning hearing, particularly, just adding some changes to, part of it right now. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the zoning ordinance that we're, planning on making changes to?
Bobby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to make a statement here of the publication and all that.
Yep, I'm getting ready to do that right now.
Okay, you gonna do that or?
Well, are you?
Okay, okay, whatever.
It don't matter to me, I don't really care. If you wanna do it, you
I
can
can
do
do
it. You go ahead and do it.
Okay, we have an exhibit here that's gonna be marked Exhibit 1, stating that the notice of the above referenced hearing was given by publication in the Gettysburg Times, a newspaper of general circulation in Liberty Township, Adams County, Pennsylvania. Publication appeared on April 15th and April 24th, 2025. That is evidenced as Exhibit A to the publication affidavit. Further written notice of the time and place of the hearing and the particular nature of the matter to be considered at the hearing was given by electronic mail on April 7th, 2025 to Liberty Township as evidenced by the copy attached hereto and marked as Exhibit B. And further written notice of the time and place of the hearing and the particular nature of the matter to be considered at the hearing was posted at the Liberty Township Municipal Building on April 9th, 2025, and Liberty Township's website on April 9th, 2025, as referenced in Exhibit C attached hereto and made a part hereof.
Okay, thank you, we appreciate that. Did the public have any comments on the zoning amendment hearing changes? Anyone have an opportunity to review those changes? No, nothing, okay.
We're okay.
All right, I will read the sections of the changes that we're looking to adopt tonight. Section 1 is add the use not expressly permitted elsewhere in the ordinance as a use permitted by special exception in the Conservation District C. Section 2, adding use not expressly permitted elsewhere in the ordinance as a use permitted by special exception in the AR district or the agricultural residential district. Section 3, adding use not expressly permitted elsewhere in the ordinance as is use permitted by special exception in the residential district, the R district. Section 4, adding use not expressly permitted elsewhere in the ordinance as a use permitted by special exceptions in the residential office commercial district. Section 5, adding use not expressly permitted elsewhere in the ordinance as a use permit by special exception in the commercial industrial district, section 6. Adding standard applicable to use of the same general character, section 7, establishing a repealer clause for the amendment, section 7, establishing a severability clause for the amendment, section 9, provide the adoption and signature page for their amendment. That's the changes that we're doing. The purpose of this change is to cover the township in case there's someone puts in for a use in the area that is not right now specifically specified. There's a procedure you have to go through to see if that would still be applicable to that area. I'll make a motion at this time that we make this adopt this amendment change.
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
Aye.
you. Approved. All right, so now that will end the public hearing meeting for the zoning ordinance changes.
That's it.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, right.
You got everybody's names, right? The supervisor.
Yeah, the only thing I don't have that meeting there, so
Well, no, but,
she said no to the
okay.
question.
You just need
Oh,
to
you don't
be,
want her name on it. I can just call her audience.
yeah, you can just say that. Since she didn't have a
No,
if
she
she had
just
had a
said no.
substantive comment, we put her name
Okay,
down.
no worries. No
Just
worries.
say-
I thought it was substantive.
That was good, I like that too. Okay, well, we'll move on into our regular meeting. So we're gonna call the meeting to order and, call for, roll call again.
okay. Mr. Barlow?
Here.
Mr. Kyholt?
Here.
Mr. Hill?
Here. Thank you. Do I have any public comments at this time? For the general, this is for the general, agenda items, tonight. Any comments? Okay. So we'll go on to supervisor comments. Do I have any comments from the supervisors?
None from me.
None for me.
Okay. Only thing I have to do here is I need to announce that we had 2 executive sessions here in the last week or so. On April the 28th at 8 a.m. in the morning till 9:15, we had an executive meeting among the supervisors to discuss personnel. And also on May the 5th at 8 a.m. until 9:30, we had a second executive session to also discuss personnel issues. That being said, I have before me tonight the resignation letter from Jessica Ilko. Jessica Ilko is resigning from her position as Secretary Treasurer Assistant for Liberty Township effective May the 9th, 2025. Make a motion to accept the resignation.
Seconded?
All in favor says aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Okay, that takes care of that. All right, now we can move on to. Everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes for April the 1st, 2025, the regular meeting.
I did.
Yes.
I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Everyone had an opportunity to review the treasurer's report as presented to you for April 2025.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a second for that?
Or seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Expenses, that's gonna be 9A. If you have time to flip to it. Everyone had an opportunity to review the invoices for 4/2 to 5/6/2025.
Yeah, I did, but I have some questions.
Okay, go ahead and ask your questions, Mike.
All right, expenses, I saw 2 bills from Galls. Obviously for police department, $462.95.
Hold on here, let us get to them. 462.95. Do you have a date on those?
We're keeping separate, I just made a note here.
Uh,
There's two bills from Galls.
Okay.
They were obviously police items. I
okay,
didn't know if they were out of the general budget or came out of the police budget.
I'm looking here.
I don't see any.
I'm not seeing it on this report.
What page are you on?
What page, do you know
He
what
doesn't, he
page?
wrote it down, he doesn't have a number.
Oh. Well, Bobby, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that question, because I'm not seeing it on the report that we have in front of us for expenses.
There are Gall's entries from last month's report in the minute.
Is that in the minutes report?
Here's some,
It was an expense that I saw. Also, question about sealers.
What kind?
I saw one on March 24th. His bill was $120, and then on April 17th, Sealers had a bill for $100.
Mr. Kyle, if I can answer that, sometimes Sheeler bills 2 months at a time,
yeah.
and the bill for $120 was 2 months at 60.
Okay.
And he bills late, he doesn't bill normally regularly, it's pretty,
I understand.
that's what that is. Okay?
And the goals is.
So his new cost is $100.
Correct. That is correct. Yeah, what was you saying, Chief, about the goals?
The goal should have been from prior month.
That's listed in the minutes
It's in the minutes,
for
not in.
prior month.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the minutes, Bobby, in the prior month.
We can get an answer to that, those were approved last month, but we can bring an answer to that to the next meeting for the Galls.
Yeah, I would say, we can figure that out, Bobby.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can move on.
All right, I appreciate it, thank you much. All right, so, I make a motion that we approve the, invoices as, presented to us, from 4/2/25 to 5/6/25.
Seconded?
All in favor?
Alright,
Thank you. Thank you. All right, the next one we had is our payroll for 3/23 and 4/5/25. Bobby, I believe you're the one that approved that payroll. So I'll make a motion, well, you can make the motion to approve the payroll, and I'll second it for you.
Yes, I'll make that motion, yes.
I'll second it, all in favor?
alright,
Thank you.
Aye.
The next one is gonna be, 4/6 to 4/19, 2025 for the payroll. Everyone have an opportunity to review that payroll. Mr. Hill, you are the one who reviewed the payroll.
I did, yep. So moved. Are we accepting it?
Are you making a motion?
Motion to accept the payroll.
I will second that motion. All in favor?
Alright,
Thank you.
Aye.
And the last one is 4/20 to 5/3/25. I'll make a motion that we, accept that, payroll, as presented.
seconded?
All in favor?
Alright,
Thank you.
Aye.
All right, next thing we have before us is the township report. So Police Officer, Mr. Chief DeWitt, you are up, dude. Dude.
Mr.
For the,
Mr. Chief DeWitt.
for the month of April, we traveled 4,177 miles throughout the 3 townships, 249 total work hours, 39.5 of those hours were administrative. We issued 21 citations, 10 faulty equipment or warnings, and handled 105 dispatches, 14 of actually PSP handles. We handled 91 dispatches. We also basically donated 85 on-call hours. We did 4.5 hours of traffic details, which was reimbursed by the Center for Traffic Safety. We did have a meeting with the Mid-Atlantic Shoring Club in order to use the facility for National Night Out 2025. They have approved us to utilize the grounds, and Jessica Ilko is spearheading the event. She's actually obtaining all the vendor services and what have you. During the wildland fires through Michaud State Forest, Cumberland County, I contacted Cumberland County Dispatch, gave them my number. I contacted Sergeant Morse and Chief Pilot Dickerson and placed them on standby for Liberty 1. to assist. We were not dispatched to assist. However, we were on standby for the greater part of that day. I have joined the Pennsylvania Chief Police Association, and as you see in your packet, I am requesting to attend the annual Chiefs Conference, which is held in Lancaster this year, for the not only networking but also the knowledge of different trends in policing and also supervisory breakout sessions. All of our patrol units are up and running. They're all lettered. All 3 of them are here. The new vehicle was lettered last week by Grafcom. Big thank you to Grafcom for donating the wrap on the white car, which is now black, and then also donating all 3 cars for their lettering and graphics. And we also have been requested May 17th in East Berlin. It's called Touch a Truck. This program has requested Liberty One's presence if we can do so. If the ship's maintenance is completed by then, Sergeant Morris has indicated that we will definitely be there.
Was that requested by the East Berlin Police Department?
Not by a police department, but by a private entity.
Okay.
And it's basically a children's event. It's like, they just did the truck convoy for Make-A-Wish,
Yeah.
and then this is the Touch a Truck.
Is that official Liberty business, or is that just?
No, that would be a site visit.
I had a question about on the service hours. Were you on standby? Do we incur costs in that, or is you just on standby?
No, we don't incur any cost.
I just went from you personnel or whatever.
No, we'll never incur costs at all.
Okay, so you just notify them you're on standby, and then if they got called, boom.
Then they went, right, exactly.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yep, we as Liberty Township will never have any expense affiliated with Liberty One, its flights, or personnel.
Got it. Yeah. So when you call them on standby, that's on their dime.
Yep,
Okay.
unless I'm up in the ship and I'm on duty or whatever.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Sergeant Morris has already said he's donating all his time, so it doesn't matter. And then the chief pilot's wages are through Tripwire Aviation. Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Just like that site visit, they would go on their dime.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Major incidents, it was overnight, we were not called out, however, I did respond and speak with the homeowners. There was a major house fire in Highland Township that I responded to. Pennsylvania State Police Fire Marshal handled it, and it has been ruled to be a accidental electrical. And then just 2 weeks ago, or last week, I responded to a crash in Freedom Township, which was a vehicle into a house. 3 occupants of the vehicle were uninjured and no one in the residence was injured. However, we did have some stabilization issues, so we called out the Freedom Township code and they had someone come in and stabilize the residence. Center for Traffic Safety is conducting a click it or ticket in May, which we will be participating in. All body camera footage that we have over 60 days will be purged unless evidentiary value.
Okay. And just for my benefit.
No, go ahead, sir.
On the Center for Traffic Safety, is that like the DWI program? Is that funded by the state or is that funded by the township?
Okay, it's all together now. It used to be DUI was separate from the others, but it's all under one balloon now.
Yep.
And it is funded by the state, but the township pays our wages, and then they reimburse the
Right.
township.
Okay. Yep. I just want to make sure I understand which
No,
program.
yeah, they backfill everything.
Okay. Thanks. Yep.
Any other questions for the chief?
No.
Bobby?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. We'll move on to the item 10I. It's a request to approval for the chief's training that Officer DeWitt has submitted. He's indicated in his email to the Township Board of Supervisors that he still has some money left in his budget, about $900 or something like that. But he will be over budget by $235 if he's allowed to go to the Chiefs training event on June the 22nd through the 25th. Does anyone have any questions to that or any comments?
I have none.
I do have other areas in my budget that I know I'm not gonna be utilizing, that I can pull from.
Okay.
And I know this is the last training I'll be going to this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still fine.
That's fine.
So, do I have a motion to approve him to go to the training for the Chiefs in Lancaster County?
Yeah, so motion. So motion for him to attend the training.
All right, now second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, the next one is, let me see if you can, because it's, that's the agenda now, that is stuff, okay, that's that, and that's it. The next one is the National Night Out. The National Night Out is actually, as of right now, unless things have changed, it's still scheduled for August the 5th, 2025. I know Jessica's been working on this, and she's actually formulated a letter to the Board of Supervisors to, I believe, all 3 townships.
All 3, yes.
Yeah, asking for donations to support the National Night Out. I thought I had, let me see here, this is what it is. Yeah, did everybody have an opportunity to read the letter or the email that Jessica sent out about the donations request for National Night Out?
I have.
Okay, anyone have any questions on some of the things she listed, like the painting, face painting, those kind of things?
Well, I do.
Okay.
She has down, you know, the, for Frisbees, for example, along with some other items there, 100. I'm not sure how we come up with a name or a number of 100. And also, I'd like to really know what Freedom and Highland is going to step up with as well.
Agreed.
And the MASA as well. I don't know if they're just allowing us to have it there or if they're actually going to throw some money at it.
Okay, well, as far as Massa, all they're doing is being the host site. And the other 2 townships were requested the same amount.
So 2,000.
Same amount, all 3 townships.
Okay, well, have you heard, you haven't heard any response?
We haven't had a meeting yet. They put it on their agenda.
Right.
Wait, so let me just get that straight. See, 2,000, so the budget is only here for 2,500. She's asking for 2,000, but you're saying it's 6,000 for the 3 townships?
It would be.
It would be all together. And if there's anything, see, this is just what she believes our expenses are gonna incur right now. If we, of course, we don't know what they're gonna approve. They may approve 1,000.
Right.
You know, you may approve 1,000, and we end up with 3,000, and now we're $500, right? Wiggle room. So that is what she did. She asked 2,000 each township, and if there's anything left over, of course, it would be carried over for next year's event.
Right, well, that's what what I imagine would happen too. Well, I tell you, we don't have to take action on this actually for tonight. We could wait and see what the other guys, what their thinking is, and then we have some time here to decide on this. I'm gonna make a motion that we table the donation at this time and see what balances out here between the 3 townships. And then at a later date, we'll make a decision on how much we can put in towards the National Night Out.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
How many residents are in all 3 townships?
Huh.
And I
How
know-
is it? Hold on.
I'm sorry, because I just want to know.
Let me see, about 4,000.
4,000.
I was gonna say about 3,500, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, I just want some math.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
You
we
would take
think,
100.
the way we come up with the 100 is because we have no clue how many people are coming. We don't know where they're from. whether they're from our townships or not, they may be from Emmitsburg, you know.
Right.
And it doesn't matter to us, it's about us all collaborating and getting together, with police and community. And we just didn't want to run out.
Oh, I totally understand. I'm just
You know.
calculating it out of my
Oh,
head.
absolutely,
Solid
absolutely.
per person. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. That's all. We can talk about it.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that Friday as we move forward with the National Night Out. All right, the next thing on your agenda item is 10B, the zoning enforcement, sewer enforcement. Did everyone have an opportunity to read the email that was sent in by PMCA? These are the outstanding enforcements we got going on in the Bullfrog Road, Girl Scout Road, Risk Trail. Well, we've got a couple on Bullfrog, over on Track Road we have one, and we have 2 on Girl Scout. Everyone have an opportunity to review those?
Yes.
I did.
Okay. All right, well, I'll say some of them are right now are still in hearing stages, and enforcement stages, and we're waiting for dates to take some of them to at the magistrate's office, and then like I said, a couple of them, the 30 Girl Scout, we just sent out a new enforcement letter that they have to comply with by the 16th, which is next week. So anyhow, those are just updates on some of the enforcement things we've got going on in the township. Alrighty, the next thing we have is the road report. So the road report, we had, let's see here, fuel usage for the gas, we had 29.3 gallons, off-road was 53 gallons. We drove a total for the 2,500, 396 miles, and for the 550, we drove 59 miles. April, in the month of April, we had quite a few things going on, but anyhow, there at Easter, between we had 18 trees brought down, from April 19th to April the 20th, Easter morning. A total of 18 trees were down on the roads and had to be cleaned up off the roads, within a 12-hour period. We also went out to the had CPR training, in conjunction with, Hamilton Band Township, and, that went very well, so everyone that participated has now received their new CPR and AED certification. On April the 3rd, I met with Russell Standards, Randy, to go over some FB, which is flexible base fiber, for one of the options for road work for this year, and they gave us a preliminary pricing to do that type of work. And then I also met with Nathan from New Enterprise to give us a comparison to do blacktop versus fiber base, and so we had the meeting with him on April the 11th. Our state District 8 rep, Jim Lesher, came down twice. He came down his first time on April the 10th to review our road project and to get an idea of what we were planning or had in our thought for this year's road projects. And then he came back again on April the 29th, and he brought a state road engineer along with him, specifically to look at Orchard Road and some of the issues that we have on Orchard Road and how we can address that. Then again, on the last week of April, Deb Musselman from the Adams County Conservation District was out in the county, in Carroll Valley, and also in Hamilton Band, and stopped at Liberty Township on Girl Scout, specifically to look at the Girl Scout drainage problems and under drainage problems, to see if that road would qualify for state funding to do the under drains on that road. I have not heard back from her about their report or what they've decided on that, but hopefully it will go in our favor. We did do some shoulder work over on Stoops Road, myself and Bobby and Bruce last week, and then also out here in Winshaw from some of the road was breaking away, specifically at the culvert pipes crossing, so we were able to stabilize those roads there and take care of that. We were also up on Glad Hill, this past month, and, as I said in our newsletter, we're in the process of identifying dead trees along the township roads within the township right of way, and we are taking them down as we identify them. We did Glad Hill, like I said, we took down, oh my, how many trees was that, Bobby? 4 or 5 trees?
Yeah, a couple of very large trees.
Yeah, it's very large trees that were sitting right along the road and was dead, and so those, trees have now been taken down and, taken out of, the way to be a danger to the residents of Liberty Township. Yeah, but I do encourage the residents, if they see, dead trees along the roadway that they feel is gonna be a danger to residents and passersby, please contact us, identify the tree, identify the property, and we'll go out and try to address it as it's brought to our attention. We are still, looking at different, things we need to do in the township as far as, culvert pipes and, shoulder work, as the summer goes on. That's pretty much what we got going on in the road department, other than, I had before you tonight, a bid, packet that was put together, after we, as I said, I met with New Enterprise and then I met with Russell Standards and with our state representative. We, thought the best action at this time this year was to, address Orchard Road. Orchard Road is just under a mile long. Yeah, I think it's 0.93 from Route 16 to Track Road. We're planning on, the proposal is to put FB modified down to 3 inches, 2.5 inches overlay on the road, but doing a 2-foot shoulder, 500 feet from Route 16 to Topper Road. We're going to widen the road by 2 feet, and then put a 3-foot base in there. 3-inch base, not 3 foot. Oh my God. Woo, that's a big base. So anyhow, that's the plan that we want to do. We want to get this ad out as soon as we can. I'll read you the ad as it's been written up by the state. The contractor to furnish and to place FB fiber modified as per Pub 447 along the shoulders of approximately 500 feet beginning at SR 116. That should be 16, not 116, but okay. And top of road, 3 inches of depth by 2 feet wide. The contractor should furnish and replace FB3 modified as per 447 at 2.5 inches in depth by 20 feet wide. All material and materials to meet PennDOT specification. It's approximately 20 tons of FB modified, that's for your shoulder work, and then 1,400 tons modified B3 to do the overlay, the whole entire length of the road. So that's the bid pack I'm going to propose that we move forward with this year. I'll give you the pricing. That these are only there's no bidding prices or anything like this. It's just a proposal of what the approximately might cost us in the current today's pricing market to do FB on this road. We're looking at about $150,000 to do this work. If we decided we wanted to go with 3 inches of super paved 19 millimeter, we're looking at $212,000 and some change. So that being said, I'm going to recommend to the board that we use this modified base and see how it works. It's a flex base, so it flex with the road, and it's a material that's been used in other townships throughout the state a lot on a lot of the roads, and they've had very good success. Anyhow, do you have any questions on the modified B flex base, Bobby?
No, I don't. I was just wondering, does both estimates of cost or proposals, whichever the case may be, including fixing that 2-foot berm on the hill there on Orchard, did you say, or are we involved in that?
Now they're doing it all.
Okay.
The only thing we're gonna do is, we gotta take the stone out. We gotta take 3 inches of stone out, 2 feet wide, that's the only thing we gotta do.
Okay.
And they're doing everything else, and we would do that the day before they come to do the road.
Right, just like we talked about, I didn't know if anything had changed, that's
No.
fine.
Nothing has changed. Okay, are you making a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so so the motion is to go ahead and advertise for bid, the work for Orchard Road, which is E313.
For a bid opening of June,
The bid opening will be, yes, for June, for our June meeting,
thank you.
yeah.
And is this
The
the
work
one-
has to be done, completed by 8/23.
Yes,
of
that's on this
2024.
statement.
And is this the only project we have for this year?
The only one I'm putting up for right now. Yeah. Kinda watching the budget.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to ask about.
Yeah. All right, so that's that there with planning board. I don't see anyone from the planning board here tonight, but the planning board, has, sent an email to the board of supervisors, with some tentative date for the April planning commission meeting. They'd like to set up, some workshops, with the supervisors, that could be in attendance if we could, over the next 2 or 3 months. And these workshops are meant to get our input on some of the ordinances that we're looking at, making changes to, and some guidance on that. So it would be a workshop open to the public, advertised, but no voting or anything like that will take place in these workshops.
I believe they weren't going to advertise the workshop.
Well, we have to get the supervisors now, don't we?
I understand. I don't believe.
Is that correct?
What's that?
State what you're willing to give them, but I don't believe.
I said, as far as these workshops and the supervisors who run these workshops, we have to advertise them as an open public meeting, correct?
Yeah, if you're gonna conduct public business, yes.
Yeah, there's just more or less is, them asking questions and trying to get direction on what the supervisors are thinking.
Sure, it should be noticed.
Okay.
If you see Mr. Lequette's email in your handout, he's referring to them meeting, prior to the actual.
The actual,
So
meeting.
I don't believe it was his intention to hold that as a public session, but you can obviously tell him what you want it to be.
Yeah, I don't think that we can. I think we have to have it as a public session if I'm correct.
I mean, if you're just discussing things in general and not taking any action,
Yeah, we will.
you don't have to, but if decisions are gonna be made and things are gonna be decided, then it's gotta be public.
Okay. All right.
He specifically states, we will simply gather ideas without making any official action.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I do know they want us to try to attend some of these, meetings, over the next couple of months, so, if you can look at your calendars, pick up, I don't know that they actually laid out any dates.
They will have them prior to each planning commission meeting, and they'll have it 1 hour prior, so at 6:30 prior to every scheduled planning commission meeting.
Okay,
What's the cost?
The cost would be, we're paying for the township engineer to attend,
yes.
What's the, so,
And how many
$200.
workshops and how many times do we have to have the engineer there?
That's,
I mean,
they're
that's a
requesting.
good question.
Well, what the planning board is, in the email they sent out, the request of the planning board for the, engineer to be at each one of these, and you're talking over 2 or 3 months.
I've been thinking about that. I think between all of us, we have enough intelligence, or maybe we're dangerous enough to know some of this, that we can probably work through some of the mud and get some clear water, and then involve the engineer to fine tune things rather than that expense. I know we got issues there with all we've done this past year so far with the engineers, with our budget, is my concern. I don't want to in any way impede or tie the hands of the planning commission. I know they have to do their research and work as well, but I'm just trying to save some money there if we can, and I would be very interested in attending the workshops.
Okay, all right, well, I believe that Dominic normally comes to the regular planning meetings, so Dominic?
He will attend the meeting, but what you're requesting is
Additional.
an additional hour prior to the meeting. for him to attend.
Yeah.
And that's where his charge would come in.
Yeah,
So
so
it might be only $90 or $100 per meeting for the additional hour, because you won't be getting the additional travel time since he's already there. So it would be an additional $90 to $100.
Over 3 months or something
Over
like
3
that.
months, so it's $300.
$300.
You could put a budgeted amount in if you wanted to do that, and for them not to exceed it, and to use Dominic as needed, or excuse me, township engineer as needed within that budgeted amount, so they could space it out or use it all at the beginning or the end if they wanted, if you're comfortable with that. It's up to you.
Yeah, I propose that we limit it to under $500 or something like that, or under 300. I mean, how many of these sessions do they need?
Yeah, I said two or three. So it's an additional $100 per session, that's $300.
So you want to cap it at 3?
Well, Bobby, what's your feelings if we cap it at $300 for engineering involvement in these workshops?
I don't know what to feel about that, but I mean, I think we need to consider that. I'm taking a stab at it. I'm like you, $300 sounds like a reasonable number.
And if we suddenly uncover something that needs to be addressed, we can
The plan
allocate
commission,
more, but, hey, we're budgeted for 3.
Alright, so one of you wanna make the motion?
you can prove it with a.
I motion that we support this workshop, but we do cap the allocation of funds to $300.
I'll
$300.
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
sounds good, guys, thank you.
Just don't want to open checkbook.
Alright, wonderful, wonderful. Alright, that was there, was done. Secretary's report. Secretary Treasurer, I'm sorry.
No report.
No report from the Secretary Treasurer.
Not-
Alright, old business. Alright, we had the HVAC, some of you guys, you got this here. We got two different things to look at here tonight. The first one, I believe, if it's in the packet right, is 11A. It's an estimate to repair the existing, HVAC system outside unit. It's leaking. It's not only leaking oil, but it's leaking Freon. And we get an estimated price of about $850 to repair that. And this is through B&M Heating and Air Conditioning Services. Bobby and I did meet with Nick. We went over the problem that we have out here on this unit. And I did verify before he came out it was leaking. I tried to work on it myself. And I could not get the leak to stop. So he's telling us that to repair this correctly, he needs to pull down all the Freon inside of it. It's got to do a leak test on it, and then once he repairs the leaks, then he can put a new refrigerant in. And refrigerant in today's world is very expensive. And that's the current price of $850. I'm going to make a motion. Well, we got to fix it. That's just how it is. Under law, federal law, if you're leaking Freon and you know you're leaking Freon, you'll have to fix it. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You must fix it. You have to mitigate it as much as you can to not escape into the atmosphere. So I'll make a motion that we move forward.
Out of curiosity, what's the replacement cost of the unit?
Well, let's get on to the next thing. We'll get there.
Oh, sorry.
The next 3,100.
Okay.
Well, not completely 3,100. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right.
It's cheaper for us to repair it.
That's what all right, thanks.
Now I'll make a motion that we move forward with the repair.
Did you name the contractor that we're going to be?
I did, B&M,
Okay, thank you.
heating and air conditioning.
Thank you, sir.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, the second one is, we've had some problems with the unit since we got it put in, the thing is, we had, the one unit that we're talking about here is not only running the police department heating and air, but it's also running Wendy's heating and air. And then we have different bodies, let's put it that way, that have different body temperatures. One wants it hot and one needs it cold. These units are only able to run one request at a time. What we found is happening is when it's been overworked or overloaded and it's tripping out into a fault mode, and then you don't have anything going on. So it's a constant thing back and forth. So the way to resolve this easily is to put a second, unit in and give them their individual, units, that way they have complete control of their unit. The idea originally was just to put a new outside unit in and run it directly into Wendy's office, into the existing, head in her office. Unfortunately, with the check with the supplier for these units, they will not let you do that. They will not let you just buy the outside unit. They sell them as a packet deal, and if you buy them separately or anything like that, it voids your warranties, which our warranties is already void anyhow, but they won't even sell it that way. So the proposal is to replace, is to put a new unit in for Wendy's office, and the estimate is for 9,000 BTU Fuji indoor-outdoor unit, and to switch over the lines from one to the other. And this includes the new electrical lines and everything. That estimates $3,100 through B and M equipment, or heating and air conditioner. We have two proposals before us for pretty much the same exact thing. We have a proposal from Key Service Heating and Air Conditioner. They came out back in April the 2nd, about a month ago, and gave us pretty much the same spiel. And their price for the same unit is $5,357 for that same unit. So I'm asking the board what we'd like to do moving forward with this heating and air conditioning situation.
Well, as explained to us by both, the way to remedy it is putting both the outside unit and new head in there to make it things right. I hate to spend that money, but it's one way to get it right and be done with it. And I'd like to make a motion that we go with what is that, B&M, and move forward with it.
Okay? Do you have any?
Just want to make sure I'm clear. So we're fixing a unit and then we're adding a new unit, or the new unit's going to do both things?
No. We're fixing the unit, and that will stay in the police department,
Department,
and then Wendy will get a new unit.
okay, alright, that's how I understood it. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Right, so you second the motion?
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll notify the contractors of our decision, and as usually as part goes, the lowest bidder normally gets awarded the bid unless we can prove otherwise, and that's the case we have here. Okay, public comments under new business. Do we have any public comments under the new business?
I just have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
C, consider appointing one ATB. What is that? Say
That's gonna be our York Adams tax, and we need a proxy person to go to them. Would you like to go?
No.
But they're in York, right? Where
Yeah, they're in York.
meetings are in York.
Come on,
No.
it's like once a month.
No, thank you.
Okey-dokey. Any other questions?
No, that just was curious.
Okay, good. All right, under new business, the first thing we have tonight is A, is consider a motion to adopt the ordinance 2025-02, amending the zoning ordinance, which we've already done.
Correct.
I make a motion that we accept that, and adopt that ordinance. All in favor? Or do I have a second?
Second
I'll
is?
second that motion.
All in favor?
Alright.
Aye.
Yeah, that's already done. Next is consider a motion to accept the plans for review for the Tomco, Clarence Final Subdivision Track Road for 25D17-009-000. I make a motion that we, accept the plan review for the Tomco, subdivision plan.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next thing is letter I, is consider a motion to grant the waiver for modification, which is normally what we do in the township. We grant the waiver, for the modification, and then they do the final subdivision. Does anyone have any issues with that?
Not fine with.
All right, I'll make a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Alright, thank you.
Yep.
Section 275-302, to allow this plan to be reviewed as a final instead of a preliminary, that's what we just did, I'm just reading this to you. Section 275-305B, which requires a minimum scale of 1 inch by 50 feet, to allow for 1 inch of 50 feet. So that's
Oh,
what we
I'm
did.
sorry, that's 200 feet.
200 feet,
There,
I thought.
at the end. It
It
should,
is 200 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
it's a typo.
All right, at C, now we're at C. Consider an appointment to the YATB proxy. We're looking for someone that would like to go once a month over to York to their meetings, which is at night, usually between 6 o'clock, 6:30. That meeting goes on for about an hour and a half. We haven't typically been doing those over the last few years because nobody really wants to go to them. Does anybody want to step up and go? I hear none.
I respectfully decline.
Yeah, I respectfully decline.
What I'll do is I'm gonna table this for next month, and I'm gonna talk to, surrounding township officials that may have someone already going, and ask them if they would be willing to be our proxy. Does anyone have any issues with that?
No.
No, I like it.
Okay.
Thank you for doing so.
All right, that's what I'll do for us. So we're gonna table that. So I can get a second. All right, D, reinstate the ACCOG delegates.
ACOG was just asking who we're gonna be sending, and I believe, I think Chris was,
Chris is the last one.
Yeah, I would do it again.
then I'll just tell him that it's you. Okay.
So Chris is gonna be, okay, do we need to make a motion on that or not? We'll just
No.
do it.
What's the date? Is that like a November date? Is that right?
I'll look it up for you, I don't know off the top of my head. I will get that information to you, so we just need to state who it was, it is Chris Hill still. They
Yeah,
were just-
and I'm happy to do it again. Okay.
Alright, thank you.
All right, so Chris is gonna do that. I'm gonna make
See, I volunteered for something.
There you go.
All right, the next one we have on here is, consider granting permission to post a wet trail private well water study survey on our township website. This is a school, a college, Temple University is doing some type of water well study. They've asked if we would mind posting this on our website. They're looking for volunteers is what they're looking for. And they're looking for a platform that they can advertise to volunteers in different areas. I don't know that it's a problem for us to do this, I really don't have any, do you have any objections to
No, I
that?
don't think so. Looks,
So the
looks like a
solicitor,
worthy cause.
solicitor has no, problems with us doing this, does anyone else have any problems with, us placing this on our webpage?
Not at all.
Alright, so I'll make a motion that we approve, putting this well water in children's health, pamphlet on the webpage.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consider participating in the coalition against bigger trucks. Has everyone had an opportunity to read that letter about the big truck weight limits and, increasing, what this is about is, in Canada and Mexico, the trucks up there can run over 100,000 pounds in weight. And, this is, the COGS in Congress has asked that we, voice our opinion if we would, approve or disapprove of increasing the weight limits on these trucks to, from where they're currently at 80,000 pounds to, an excess weight of over 100,000 pounds. What's the thought?
I don't think we have a dog in that fight.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
We don't, but that's what they're asking. They're actually petitioning the states to increase the weight limit. PSATs and the other ones are asking if we would support them not approving this.
Well, see, I don't know if there's any restrictions to that, if they increase, if they must stay to interstate, state routes. You know, the township, small places like us and other places in the country, our roads aren't built for 100,000 pounds, needless to say.
Correct. So we don't, we do support them stopping, increasing the truck weight and length on our roadways.
On rural, local, and rural roads.
Well, they're not asking for that, they're just asking that we support it altogether.
Well, I got mixed emotions about support or non-support of that, but,
Yeah, I'm with you.
from Liberty Township standpoint, as a supervisor there, I would support that.
Okay. Well, that's all we need to do. That's all they're asking us to do is for a township. I'm not asking us to do it for the state or for the country. They're talking about our township.
Yeah, I would support this for the township. We don't need any road trains here.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion that we support this, and let them know by a letter that we support, restrictions of the weight and length, for Liberty Township.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen, other than that, that's the last thing on our agenda, so I'm gonna make a motion for adjournment.
Can I just make one comment on this? This water study thing?
Yeah.
I just, as someone whose family was poisoned by a contaminated well, I do want to make sure that the public knows that this is actually something that they need to take into account, that there are biocontaminants that get in the groundwater, and it can affect especially small children, and the repercussions can be lifelong. So it's an important thing for the community to take a look at, and if they can participate. The UV radiation, the UV lights actually do work to kill out the biocontaminants.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, all right, so I made a motion to adjourn, do I have a second?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
You didn't think I was paying attention, did you?
Yes.